My name is Gail Robinson, and my husband and I moved here about 7.5 years ago in September of 2013. My husband and I had a lovely home in the Orlando area. We lived on 3/4 of an acre. And we both loved growing things. I had a vegetable garden in our large backyard. My husband grew roses, and we just found such delight in seeing things grow beautifully. So when we moved here, I saw these beautiful gardens, and I was very, very interested in having one. I wanted to grow a big vegetable garden, and so I talked to the gentleman who was in charge of that at the time, and he was happy to give me one of the gardens. My neighbor here at Hammock also had a plot here, and we became quite friendly, and she was telling me that it would be really nice if we had kind of a group of gardeners that could help each other and support each other and swap seeds. It's just kind of a support and fun group for gardening. This garden right here is a good example of what I consider one of our best successes. There is a woman who lives here. She lives in the Health Pavilion, which is on the back side of this property. Her name is Rhoda, and a couple of years ago she was out here with her walker looking at the beautiful flowers, and I was out here just puttering around, and she said, "These are so pretty. I think I would love to have a garden, but I don't really know too much about it." So I actually set Rhoda up with a friend of hers who is a gardener here, and Betty became her mentor, and she would come out every single day. She would walk with her walker all the way around from the back side of the property, and she would come and water her plants every day. And I thought, this is the way it's meant to be. First of all, it got Rhoda out from being indoors so she can enjoy the fresh air. She got exercise coming out here and walking back, and she experienced the pleasure of creating something and seeing something beautiful. Rhoda's not able to come out to her garden anymore, but we have kind of maintained it for her. Someone that is new here has just kind of taken over Rhoda's garden, but the sign is still here, and we all know that this little plot right here by the sidewalk has a history, and Rhoda's part of that history. This garden was owned by a man, Buddy. He's no longer with us here on this earth, but everybody knew Buddy. He was a wonderful resident here, and he loved to grow tomatoes, and this plot was always filled with tomatoes. When Buddy became totally unable to garden anymore, this plot sat fallow for maybe 6 months or so. And so we were asked if we would be interested in growing flowers that could be cut. So one of our gardeners here actually has organized a group of them, and they go ahead and they cut the flowers about every week, and people have donated little vases, and she makes about 15 little vases and drives them around to the Health Pavilion and takes them in, and the CNAs and nurses there actually deliver them to the rooms. So that's another one of our little success stories that we're making a difference beyond this little segment of garden.